It's not about who promises, it's about who stays. Think about that for a moment. How many people have entered your life with big words, with vows, with promises of forever? How many said, "I'll never leave you, I'll always be there, you can count on me"? And how many of those people are still here today? The truth is, promises are easy. Words cost nothing. They sound beautiful. They give us hope. They make us feel safe. But words without actions are nothing more than noise. You've seen it before. A friend who swore they'd stand by you in your darkest hours, but when life got messy, they disappeared. A partner who promised unconditional love, but when things became heavy, they chose themselves instead. A family member who said, "I'll never let you down." Yet when you needed them most, they weren't there. And you know what? That hurts more than silence. Because promises raise expectations. They paint a picture of a future that never comes. And when that picture breaks, it doesn't just hurt. It shatters trust. But here's the lesson I want you to carry with you. You don't need more promises in your life. You need presence. The people who matter are not the ones who talk the loudest. Not the ones who write poetry about forever or swear on everything they love. The ones who matter are the ones who show up. The ones who choose to stay when it would be easier to leave. The ones who don't need to speak because their actions scream louder than words ever could. Let me tell you something. You are not defined by the ones who left. You are not broken because someone couldn't keep their word. You are not less worthy because somebody's forever lasted only a season. You are defined by your own strength, by the love you still carry in your heart, even after being let down, by the way you keep walking, even when people walk away from you. And you are defined by the ones who are still here, the quiet ones, the steady ones, the people who may not have promised you the world, but have proven time and time again that you are not alone in it. So let me ask you, why are you still chasing words? Why are you giving your energy to the ones who left instead of the ones who stayed? Why are you replaying broken promises in your head when loyalty is standing right in front of you? You deserve more than empty words. You deserve loyalty. You deserve consistency. You deserve people who don't just promise love, but live love. Because love is not a promise. Love is not a sentence. Love is a decision, repeated every single day. Maybe you've been hurt. Maybe you feel like everyone eventually leaves. Maybe you're scared to trust again because you don't know who will stay. But hear me. The right people don't need to make promises. They prove themselves without words. And one day you'll look back and realize it was never about how many said forever. It was always about the ones who quietly stayed without needing to say a thing. It's not about who promises, it's about who stays. The world is full of people who will tell you what you want to hear, but very few will stand in the fire with you when it's no longer convenient, when it costs them something. Pay attention. Don't measure love by promises. Measure it by presence. Because at the end of the day, words fade, memories blur, but presence leaves a mark that never disappears. And maybe right now you feel abandoned. Maybe the promises that were broken still echo in your heart. But let me remind you, those who left were never meant to stay, and their leaving doesn't diminish you. It only clears space for those who are truly meant to be by your side. You are not hard to love. You are not too much. You are not unworthy of loyalty. If someone broke their promise, it speaks about them, not about you. So from this moment forward, choose differently. Stop waiting for people to change. Stop listening to the words of those who already showed you who they are. Stop confusing promises with proof. Start valuing presence over promises. Start cherishing the ones who are quietly, faithfully still here. And start being that kind of person yourself. Be the one who stays. Be the one whose love doesn't need to be announced, because it's written in your actions. Listen closely. The people who truly love you don't need to promise. They show up. They stay. They fight for you when it's hard. They hold you when you're breaking. They remind you of your worth when you forget it yourself. That's love. That's loyalty. That's presence. So tonight, when you lie in bed replaying the faces of those who promised and left, shift your focus. Think of the ones who promised nothing, yet gave you everything. Think of the ones who stayed. Think of yourself still standing, still breathing, still fighting, even after all the times you were let down. You are proof that promises don't define you. You are proof that presence is stronger. And if you carry this truth with you, I promise, not as empty words, but as something you'll feel in your own life, you will no longer beg for promises. You'll no longer wait for someone to convince you with words. You will start to recognize love not by how it sounds, but by how it stays. It's not about who promises, it's about who stays. So let go of the ones who only gave you words. Honor the ones who gave you presence. And never forget, the most important person who needs to stay is you. Stay true to yourself. Stay loyal to your own heart. Stay rooted in your worth. And no matter who comes and goes, you will never lose yourself again. Because promises are fragile, but presence is forever.